Hi, this is Danny D, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today we reflect on the Gospel of Luke, chapter 1, verses 26 to 38. Now, this passage brings us back to Christmas, sort of a break from Lent. As we approach Laetare Sunday, Laetare meaning rejoice. It is also known as Pink or Rose Sunday, signifying hope and joy that awaits us this Easter. Now, the gospel today narrates what happened at the Annunciation. As we all know, Mary was visited by angel Gabriel, who announced that she was to be with child, whom she shall name Jesus, Emmanuel. He will be great and will be called Son of the Most High, and he will rule over the house of Jacob forever, and his kingdom there will be no end. Now, I can't imagine what a 14-year-old girl living a quiet, simple life, already betrothed to Joseph, would have felt at that time. The passage said, Mary was greatly troubled. Of course, she was afraid, and she was wondering, said, what sort of greeting this might be. I'm sure she was thinking in her head, is this real? Should she believe it? Should she brush it aside as just her imagination? Should she really change the course of her life's direction just on account of this one dream? She was already betrothed to Joseph. So should she not push through with a wedding? But she loved Joseph. Should she forget that love and shun away this good and loving man who has done nothing wrong? Now, Angel Gabriel continued by saying, do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. It was uncanny that exactly 6 months before the Annunciation, a parallel event happened. Zachariah, a priest, and Elizabeth, from the tribe of Aaron and a cousin of Mary, had an almost identical event. Zachariah was working in the temple in Jerusalem when an angel appeared to him, to which it said that he was greatly troubled. The angel replied also, do not be afraid. And like Mary, he was told that the miracle was going to happen and that they will have a son. He was to name him John. Of course, that was John the Baptist. And John will be great before the Lord. Faced with adversity, we usually either choose flight or fight. Zachariah initially chose flight. So he was punished and he was unable to speak until John the Baptist was born. On the other hand, Mary chose fight. Without the answers to all her questions, she accepted God's request. Be it done unto me according to your word. And because of this, Elizabeth uttered the words we now pray in the Holy Rosary. Blessed are you among women. Now we too are challenged every day to choose between good and evil, between good and the better good, between something we love and God's will sometimes. And the world has injected so much to make us afraid, especially when we overthink. We get confused over the voices of God, our own voices, and the voice of the evil one. But somebody gave me this tip some time ago, that we judge it by its fruits. Because you see, the evil one's voice results in confusion, in fear, in anger, in hatred. But God's voice always brings joy, peace, love, and all the graces only heaven could bring. Now Mary chose fight when she said, "Be it done to me according to your word." The world is now, more than ever, faced with a war between darkness and light. Ukraine and Russia, China and Southeast Asia. Now here in the Philippines, we are fighting the fight of our lives. This election has become such a battle of lies and truth, of greed and integrity, of lust for power and love for the Filipino. You know, the world has been faced with fear for some time now over the pandemic, over extrajudicial killings, and many other things. Now, the consecrated, the holy ones, the ones who choose to set themselves apart for the one true Master, choose to fight. May we also choose to fight for the good and the truth. Now have a great pink weekend of hope and joy ahead of you. Amen.